It's definitely going to be a huge, huge, interesting match they're about to witness. So we're going to get into it right now. The leads are simple. Dragon Knight and Volcarona with the Rillaboom and Ursaluna on the opposite side. You know, I'm a huge fan of Ursaluna. I love Blood Moon and the original, but Blood Moon just has that niche of special attack. It can throw out just devastating attacks, and you can't really reduce it with anything like Intimidate because that doesn't exist with special attacks, which I like a lot more.
Yeah. So Joao leading off with Volcarona, a Pokemon very beloved by me, and I didn't even get a chance to go over this Volcarona's moves. It is an offensive, or a supportive Volcarona, exact opposite of what I just said, but not even carrying the Rage Powder that so traditionally is seen on those sets. So we are going to see the Terra Normal from John's Ursaluna in a fake out from
You hate to see it already in the first match. Starting off with a burn on the Rillaboom. That's going to diminish the attack power that's going to be coming out from this Rillaboom.
So a fake out into the Volcarona here, which commonly carries Covert Cloak on these supportive sets, but opting for a Citrus Berry, getting faked out, so not going to be able to move this turn, but effectively getting a free Will-O-Wisp into the Rillaboom. We are going to see the Blood Moon, however, from Jean's Ursaluna go deep into this Volcarona, and my beloved friend is off the field as soon as it hit the field, but not before going out with a boom, that boom being that flame body activation.
Absolutely knocked out for its crimes against the Gorillas. It was now fallen, and here we are gonna switch in this next Pokemon, wondering what it will be. It's the Annihilate!
Okay.
How interesting. Coming into this selection of Pokemon on the field is interesting here. We do have that fighting type stab coverage to go into Blood Moon Ursaluna, who's a pure normal type now, so that can still do a nice amount of damage and it's quite threatening.
Yeah, so I think Joao taking advantage of the situation where, you know, the Rillaboom is burned on the field now, and we do have a Dragonite, which went for the Scale Shot, can do a good amount of damage to the Ursaluna, break that Focus Sash, and we know with that +1 speed, it's always going to be faster. And then a close combat from the Annihilate would just be able to clean it up, and you don't have to worry about Rillaboom as much now, thanks to that burn.
This is an interesting choice. You have 4 seconds to make it move. Goes for the Protect locked in here. This might actually be what you needed. Very last-minute decision, but let's see if it pays off for John Lyons here.
Yeah, I think this was a very, very smart Protect here, knowing that Joao can go on the offensive on this turn into that slot, and just utilizing Rillaboom to the last of its abilities to get the slowdown onto one of these Pokemon. It is going to be the Dragonite now, having that multi-scale broken and its speed reset back down to neutral while its defense is still at -1.
Very important here because Dragonite is a flying type. It is not a grounded Pokemon, so it's not actually going to get the recovery from this field here, and it will have to deal with that. With multi-scale being broken, it's going to be much more easier to take down.
Absolutely, so a close combat here going into the Ursaluna is going to bring it almost down to the Focus Sash, and as long as Scale Shot connects from Dragonite here, and if it's faster than the Rillaboom, which it's not, the Drum Beating comes out into that slot, not going to be able to go for the Scale Shot before this Ursaluna is able to move. The Ursaluna going for the Blood Moon. What is it going to target down? If it targets down this Dragonite, likely going to be a KO. But no, it's the Annihilate getting dropped here, as Dragonite is going to be able to go for a Scale Shot here. Is it able to connect? It is, and it is going to be able to get its speed back to neutral. Its defense down to -2 now, and again, slower than that Rillaboom. This max speed drum beating Rillaboom across the 2 sets I've seen from John Lyons has done so much for him in the department of speed control. You don't always need Icy Wind, you don't need Tailwind. That drum beating, that single target can't miss, always drop your speed. Rillaboom, at I would have to assume maximum speed at this point, is doing numbers for him.
Yeah, I actually spoke to him again before the match, and John Lyons brought up the drum beating being an excellent move for speed control, and it's showing dividends here. It might not be doing the damage, but all we really cared about is gaining that speed advantage and making Dragonite waste defensive turns on Scale Shot. It's only gaining a negative stat in the defense at that point. It's only net neutral.
Yeah, so 2 dragons on the field now for Joao against this Sneasler and Rillaboom combination. You know, Rillaboom not doing a lot outside of the speed control department, but next to a Sneasler, I mean, Sneasler doesn't really need your help in that regard. But both, or rather not both players, Joao still having access to that terastallization. Notably on that Archaludon, the Terra Grass could come out to avoid close combat from doing too much damage, as well as the Terra Fairy on Dragonite, which don't do that one. So Joao wisely going for that Terra Grass. John probably not in a position where he needs to go for a call in Dire Claw here. So we will see what happens. We see the Dragonite just going for a Protect, keeping itself safe on this turn. As the Dire Claw does target down the Dragonite on this turn, Joao able to get a free turn with his Archaludon here. Does come at the cost of its sturdy ability. Is not going to be very good for it. And now there's a lot to consider. Electroshot coming out from the Archaludon, almost definitely going into that Sneasler. Is it enough for the one-hit KO now?
I'm not sure. I don't think it will be, but we're going to find out right now. That special defense buff is, that's just enough. It's not going to get a knockout here. And, of course, a little bit of extra HP back for your troubles. Sneasler is still around to give us another attack into this upcoming turn.
Absolutely. And, again, I want to shout out those drum beatings.
Drum beating!
Had the drum beating not gone into this Dragonite so early on, this Dragonite would still be at +1 speed. It would be outspeeding this Sneasler, which has not had its item procced. So this Dragonite now in an iffy spot where it had just protected. This Archaludon, I mean, it can protect, but then it would leave its friend Dragonite up to get knocked out. And especially at that -2 defense, no multi-scale attack, it's looking tough. So Joao's going to have to make the right call this turn. John's going to have to make the right call as well. And I'm curious to see what each of these players go for.
All right, there goes the Protector. This very, very lonesome Sneasler. This is the only offensive pressure he has right now.
I did not notice.
Earthquake?
No, it's extreme speed on this Dragonite. It's not the Tailwind Haze set. It's just extreme speed here, which can pick up that KO on the Sneasler. Joao in a better spot than I thought because I don't know how to read, Naeem.
Oh no, we must have been confused. Yes, Joao's Dragonite does have extreme speed on it, which is exactly what John wished he had. That's really funny. Extreme speed will go ahead and pick up the knockout.
And Archaludon back with its sturdy ability now, thanks to that grassy terrain.
Wow, nah, this game's over, bro. yeah, that's a done deal, bro.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, bro.
Joao not falling for this. The Sneasler Protect there, calling, okay, Joao, you're probably going for Protect here. I want to see it come out. Let me take care of that. Joao now can just go for a double Protect on this turn, keep both of his Pokemon safe from the fake out from John.
Nice.
But John making that call and going for a last-ditch coaching onto the Incineroar here is going to be able to bolster its
offensive power.
Yeah,
it's very necessary.
and its defense. And now, you know, Joao's in a spot where obviously he can just extreme speed this Sneasler for the KO, but we have to see if Joao's Archaludon with that +1 special attack has enough in the tank to take out the Incineroar. I would wager a guess of yes. So Joao playing this, you know, better than I thought in hindsight, because again, I don't know how to read. I did not see that this extreme speed Dragonite had extreme speed. Yep. I thought it was Tailwind this entire time. So Joao playing it perfectly to be in a spot where extreme speed will be able to knock out this Sneasler. If I had a guess, I mean, it is -1 attack, but it's a Dragonite and a Sneasler, man.
It is a Dragonite.
There's no way.
And
it has to KO.
It has to. It's extreme speed. It's definitely going to get a knockout here on the Sneasler. I don't foresee it. It's not like it can miss.
Nope. Whoa, so we don't actually see the extreme speed. We see the Dire Claw, but no secondary effect is going to proc here. The Dragon Pulse is going to do more than half, as the Scale Shot is going to do...
Will that get a knockout? Oh, critical hit on the second one!
Does it need more crits? It's going to need 5 hits.
Close.
It's going to need
the 5.
No, it needs a 5th and a crit.
Oh my God!
No way! Are you kidding me?
What an answer!
Everything I say! What is happening?
Jake, stop breaking the game.
Oh my gosh! I'm not gonna lie to you. If that had not gotten the KO there, a +1 attack was gonna be going into that Dragon Knight.
Speed?
And then we would have been looking at a flare blitz situation into Archaludon. Wow.
All he had to do was click extreme speed. But he didn't want to. He just said, you know what? Actually, I'm going to get 2 crits.
He almost lost for that. He almost lost for that extreme speed.
I can say this because Joao is a good friend of mine.
Sure.
He deserved to lose for that.
He deserved it. He deserved it. Like, you had the easy. Let's clean this up.
Easy.
Simple. I wouldn't have had to work. Nah.
Just a little kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
No, I like that. I like that. Sometimes you don't need a complicated play.
No. There was no reason to go for a read there.
That was insane.
Your Dragon Pulse
was insane.
I mean, he didn't know if it was going to do enough, but it did enough. And then had a double protect happen. Oh no, a double protect happened.
He got the
you
2
just need the extreme speed.
2 crits he needed.
2.
That was insanity. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking at the numbers go down. I'm like, that did 13. I don't think the numbers can change enough to where 13 can be 16. I was seeing the other numbers, and I saw not 16 at any point. And
it just came down to
man.
it. I know. Honestly, John Lyons was not in a position to like really feel like he needs to make a radical change. It was still a good close match, and honestly, he could have still taken it. Maybe he has to fix up maybe 1 or 2 of his choices, but I kind of like the 4 that he came in with.
I just want to.
He ran out of offensive power.
I'm pretty good at math, but probability was always my weak point of like combinations and stuff. I really need to know how frequently 2 critical hits happens in a scale shot with loaded dice, and it's 5 hits. Because those odds, you're an accountant. Mr. Production.
Run the math.
Yeah. Do you know
math
probabilities of 1 in 24, 1 in 24, and then it's a 50% chance for it to even hit 5 times? Yep. Correct. To crit. But
I think crit is
it's 1 in 24, that's all I know.
It's like
anyways, let me go back to this match while production does that. But you also have to factor in only 2 of the 5 are critical of a possible. You have to do the combination there. Yeah. It's not simple math.
Okay.
Anyways,
into
Naeem,
the match, we got the Dragon Knight, the
screen.
Volcarona, the Gorilla Boom, and of course the Ursaluna, and we got that boss theme right now with the legendaries from the Gen 5 era. This fire theme is gonna bring us into this potentially last round, if Joao can dash and get the dub here. But I like these leads. That Dragon Knight, huge in that last round. Of course, Volcarona didn't get a lot of chance to do anything crazy, but we're here now.
Not a lot of chance. It was just there for like a second.
It burned. Okay, we switched it out this time, bringing the Archaludon earlier on. Whoa, that's a big adjustment. What are we gonna do to beat that? John, what did you expect Archaludon? I didn't expect Archaludon to switch in right now.
No.
That's insanity.
I'm surprised we didn't see Tyranitar. I saw a switch, I'm like, oh, that's Tyranitar to soak up this normal type move. But no, it's the Archaludon that's not going to have Sturdy for a lot longer, as a fake out is going to go into the Dragon Knight slot, subverting the expectations there. Blood Moon coming out. Is it going to be into this Dragon Knight? And it is the Pokemon that caused him so many problems last game.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
We don't need that no more around these parts. It's a new game, baby.
And, you know, with that Volcarona now and back in the Archaludon on the field, I mean, it's actually looking like a pretty good position from Joao. I mean, you did just lose Dragonite, but you're on the field with a Pokemon that does not want to see a Volcarona, and another Pokemon that does not have the best special defense stat. And now we're seeing another Pokemon in the back that doesn't want to see Volcarona.
Not at all.
A Sneasler that, for all intents and purposes, doesn't love seeing a Volcarona.
So maybe the actual angle for John here is to target down this Volcarona, get it off the field too. Maybe we're sleeping on it, right? Maybe it didn't do enough last game for us to really feel like impact from it. But here comes the protect from Archaludon. What is Volcarona gonna do here?
And we see a Struggle Bug just going for the supportive drop in speed here, as we are going to see that Volcarona does outspeed the Rillaboom. Finally, something outspeeds the Rillaboom. Drum beating going out into this Archaludon. Again, this Volcarona not carrying that Rage Powder. Hyper Voice coming out, gonna go into this Volcarona. I would have to assume gonna activate this Citrus Berry with that Terra Normal Hyper Voice. Oh my gosh!
Wow, that did
Struggle
nothing.
Bug. Struggle Bug name. Why didn't you tell me you use Struggle Bug?
I did say Struggle Bug.
My bad.
That's a really good move.
So, with the amount that Struggle Bug just did last turn, I'm curious how much Heat Wave would do from this position. And the question also is, you know, the drum beating is going to go to this Archaludon again. Earth Power could go into the Archaludon as well and would likely pick up the one-hit KO. You know, there is no Assault Vest on this thing. It is sturdy. And we are going to see a Terastallization from Joao's side of the field into that lovely, lovely London Bridge. Now with a sunflower on its head and some other types of flowers as the Protect comes out from Ursaluna. And what's the board state now?
I think we're going to see Tailwind coming into play, trying to play around those drum beatings. It was giving him a big problem in that first game, so coming off Tailwind is probably a good idea. Maybe trying to deter John from pressing that button again. No more drum beatings. I'm going to be faster indefinitely. You're going to waste your time going for that. Now, maybe you should adjust to your strategy to do something completely different. I could even see Rillaboom coming out in this upcoming turn as well.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure how necessary that Terastallization was. As drum beating actually going into the Volcarona, I don't know if that's a contact move, so I don't know if there's a chance of even getting burn there, but nonetheless, didn't. So the Terra from Archaludon may have been a little unnecessary with the Tailwind there, because I think the +1 special attack Electro Shot into the now Terra Normal Ursaluna Blood Moon, given the fact that it is Focus Sash, probably would have been enough to get a KO, but, you know, just keeping himself safe there, possibly wanting to avoid a high horsepower as well. So, smart. Joao here now in a very commanding offensive position where he is now at that +1 special attack, doesn't have access to that Electro Shot, but doesn't necessarily need it to win this game. And Volcarona in a spot where it can do a lot of damage with this Heat Wave now, and we do see the Golden Go hit the field, gonna get that +1 defense thanks to the Grassy Seed. And what's gonna happen here?
Well, you can't do a lot of damage if you get a double miss on Heat Wave, so we'll see if that's what comes up. There goes the Heat Wave against both of the Pokemon. That's a knockout on Rillaboom. I don't think John is too upset about that. That means we can bring something back in safely. Maybe Dire Claw is about to come and rip a new one into both these Pokemon.
Maybe, but you have to also take into account that the Volcarona did set up Tailwind. Both of these Pokemon would be faster than that Sneasler at this point in time, and the Sneasler's unable to, you know, get off its own unburden without getting a close combat off or getting intimidated or something, but Intimidate's not even on Joao's team.
No, no Intimidate at all.
So we do see the return of Ursaluna on the field here, and, you know, John's not in a position where he can switch around. This Heat Wave is going to do devastating damage so long as it hits. Archaludon's going to be doing an enormous amount of damage with that +1 special attack now. And it has Sturdy Intact, so it's not like if something survives, it's going to be able to knock out that Archaludon quickly. And what was looking like a really, really tough turn one, a very hard call by John, ended up going in Joao's favor, where he was able to set the board in the exact position he wanted to the entire time.
Okay, Protect coming out for Ursaluna, and I did see Shadow Ball as the option chosen by Goldango to go into this Archaludon, and it doesn't look like anything else protected, so it will be getting that damage. But Heat Wave, does it hit? No, it looks like a miss. Oh, okay, no, it's not a miss. It's not a miss. It does hit. Okay.
And Volcarona able to knock out that little coin noodle. And the last Pokemon on John's side is going to hit the field in that Sneasler. One turn of Tailwind left for Joao to work with. The Volcarona at -1 speed. One more turn of Tailwind. A free Protect available to Sneasler, but no free Protect available to that Ursaluna Blood Moon. And if there's going to be any chance for John to stay back in this game, it's going to be a 33% chance for the double Protect to go off. A higher percentage than 5 hits of Scale Shot and a critical hit, and another critical hit. Justice would be served if this double Protect went off, but we do see the double protect fail. We see the Sneasler did not opt to go for a protect. And then critical hit, which we see mattered a lot, as the Electroshock last game was not enough to KO the Sneasler, which is, I believe, even stronger than +1 Dragon Pulse. And oh my gosh, the Tailwind peters out. The dice just not rolling in John's favor this game.
Yeah,
and Joao dos Santos is going to be picking up the cup win here at Balance Patch.
Very tough game indeed. Honestly, at the end there, really felt like grassy terrain was doing a favor for Joao way more than it was for John. The recovery, that Volcarona basically was at full health again. It was just no damage going into that slot, and yet it's still clicking Heat Wave. It set up Tailwind. It denied everything that John wanted to do in that last round, and it was really rough to deal with.
Yeah. I'm surprised that, well, I think John didn't see how bad Volcarona was into his team. And thought, you know, I don't need the Dragonite to handle that. And, I mean, I have Ursa Luna, I have Sneasler that can Dire Claw. I have Incineroar, but he didn't bring those, and he kind of let Volcarona go a little nutty on him. There was quite a bit of luck there. I mean, the Volcarona still was going to go for Heat Wave, and 90% of the time it was going to be connecting, so we can't count that out.
That struggle bug in the beginning, too, is what really set the pace of the match. I have to now shuffle around my Ursa Luna just to try and get advantage. It was a tough situation indeed.
Yeah. Well played by Joao, you know, getting, I think he knows, quite a bit bailed by that scale shot, 5-hit, double crit. I got another rhyme, but I'm not saying it. But John, I think, played just about as well as he could.
Yes, he did.
Against those odds. You know, game 2, getting caught quite a bit off guard. I mean, making that turn 1 play, but again, Joao making the best of it, saying, you know, I'm going to bait this. I know you want Dragonite down. I'm going to use this turn to get rid of your Blood Moon and let myself set the pace of this game moving forward.
You know, shout out to Joao, too. I think he went undefeated in Swiss rounds.
Did he really?
Yeah, and now he was undefeated again, made it in the Grand Finals.
Wow.
He went straight through everybody, man. Shout outs to him. His play was immaculate tonight.
Yeah.
Well.
And now a word from our Marshal.
No, just to add, Joao went completely undefeated. This is his first local of the season, first local in many, many moons.
Yep.
Since I think last time we saw Reg H. So, yeah, he put in a lot of work today.
Yes, he sure did. Sure did. Made it look easy even. Woo!
Hopefully we can get a quick break. I'll see if Joao wants to do an interview, and either we'll be right back or we'll sign off. Until then, peace. We'll find out live, unless Marshall wants to cut away. Interview, yes. Okay.
So don't even bother getting up.
I think we're still on.
We are.
Yeah.
Hi. All right, bye.
Are we muted even? These things are super, like, not great. Okay. Hello, everyone. Whoop. I'm Jake Major, joined by our newly crowned Cup winner, Joao dos Santos. Joao, how does it feel to win your first local back in quite some time?
Yeah.
Ooh. Hold that up. Hold that up. Let's see that beautiful mat, man. The Cup Champion Ho-Oh mat. That's gorgeous. I hope you cherish that one because it is really gorgeous.
Yeah, it's awesome, this one.
But yeah, after quite a long break, how does it feel to come back and just take it all against, you know, a pretty strong Boston roster?
Yeah, it's kind of hard, like, getting the win streak I got here today because the good players have here in Boston. And I was aiming, like, to finish my curse here because it's my 4th time playing here in Balance Patch, and I just bubbled on the 3 last times.
Oh my God.
So like 2-3, 3-2. And when I got 4-0 here, it's like, yeah,
And then you
maybe
went
it's the time.
5-0,
Yeah,
6-0, 7-0, a full 8-0 here.
yeah. The hardest one for me was on top 8.
Okay. What did you play in top 8?
It's Tegan,
Who?
I think James, huh?
Jake Teague.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jake.
Jacob Teague.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, he or they were running a relatively standard team, which they don't ordinarily. Um, but they're a very strong player. I've had my share of tough battles against them.
and I practiced it a lot, like even with that team too, with Sinistra and Rain. And then even in game 3, he opened it with Dragonite Tailwind and Sinistra Trick Room. So
Ooh.
I was guessing what
Yeah.
he gonna do. And after we played, he saying, I clicked like Tailwind and Trick Room.
Yeah.
One of them needed to work. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So take me through your team because it's definitely not the standard we see in Regulation H.
yeah.
You know, Regulation H, I feel like a lot of people think is solved or we've seen it all, and I still think there's so much room for creativity and change, and I think your team really shows that. So do you want to walk us through? I have a few questions. How'd you come to this Annihilate set, the Rage Fist Close Combat Taunt Final Gambit?
First, I was using Annihilate, Terra Grass, Focus Sash, and coaching instead taunt.
Okay, and like still no mouse hold or anything, like
No,
not the standard
no.
Annihilate stuff.
Because the main combo was with Annihilate and Dragonite because the skill shot coaching,
Oh, okay.
and that one was good, but I was not feeling safe about it. And then I was building with a friend, and he's saying, "Oh, did you already test? What do you think about like safety goggles and Annihilate Terra Water with taunt instead coaching?" And I said, like, "Yeah, we can try."
Yeah.
And I was using Volcarona too, with Rage Powder instead Will-O-Wisp,
Yep.
and was like on the first week practicing with this team, I didn't get it,
Yeah.
but I use it to still playing with it to feel something that can connect, and I feel safe playing with it on depending on some matchups.
Yeah. That what you just said, I think should speak to a lot of people, because a lot of people will try a team, pick it up, and if they're not winning with it in 5 games,
Yeah,
they'll throw it to the wayside. But you sticking with this, and I mean, even just one set in the Annihilate, shows as you work through things, you start to see different things. You start to play the team differently. Um, so I think that's a very good lesson to learn, and one that a lot of players should hear. How many times did you click Final Gambit today?
I think 4 times.
4 things down just immediately.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to make it quick. If you had to dedicate one MVP on your team today, who would it have been?
Uh, it's hard to say because on Annihilate it's one, Dragonite two because of Scale Shot and Crit.
Yeah.
I and Volcarona too because it's the main support.
Yeah. It keeps the team together.
Yeah.
All right.
So I can say it's Dragonite.
Dragonite.
Because have a lot of pressure, like getting speed and hitting Scale Shot, and like haze for the opponent's setup.
Yeah. I think it definitely showed, in that final game. There was a lot of luck there. We don't have to go over that. But Dragonite proved to be a pain for John to deal with.
Yeah.
And, game 2, you conditioned him to that and made him have to focus it down on turn 1 and then play out of, what a lot of people would think is a disadvantaged state and say, okay, now I'm in a position with Archaludon and Volcarona. I baited you to take out my Dragonite. Like, was that part of your plan? Was it kind of a bait and switch? Or were you like, oh no, Dragonite's down, what do I do?
Because in my mind, like on game 1, after he hit it, taking my Volcarona out, I was thinking he thinking my Volcarona was the main threat against his team. So in game 2, I was thinking to uh, get Volcarona back, thinking about he gonna do the same thing.
Yep.
But he get rid of Dragonite instead.
Yeah.
So I was a not a bad thing, but was a good because I got a free switch and
Yeah.
even I got like Struggle Bug or Tailwind
Yeah.
and like Will-O-Wisp too. And then I think was better more setting up the game more for my side, like with Volcarona on the Archelidon's side.
Yeah, I think game 2 you looked a lot more comfortable and confident, especially after that Dragonite went down. You didn't let it phase you. You were just like, this actually is perfect for me, and you executed perfectly. So thank you for the chat. Congrats again, Joao.
Thank you.
Great to see you. We'll wrap up here at Balance Patch Cup. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you to the organizers for organizing. And thank you for all the players playing. Take care.
Thank you.